Welcome to Enlightened Evolution.
I'm Cay.
And I'm Christina.
We're here to discuss the ebb and flow of our soul's healing and transformation through self-reflection, choosing intentionally, honoring thyself, and following your inner guide.
Thank you for joining this safe space with us.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Enlightened Evolution with Cay and Christina. We hope that we find you well this morning. Today we're discussing being healthy habits, our daily routine, our journey through our health, our wellness, and we hope that some things you resonate with and can take away from this episode today. How are you doing?
I'm thriving in my healthy living right now. I recently
Same.
joined,
Good.
yes, I recently joined a gym. I feel so much better in my body. Like I feel strong. It's just amazing. Like I'm feeling so much better with my diet changes, the supplements I'm taking. So I'm excited to get into all of these things. I also got a personal trainer, which I know like going to a gym might not be accessible to everyone, and obviously getting a personal trainer, it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew that that was what I needed to do to get serious, and so I'm glad that I'm making that investment into myself, and it's worth every penny for sure.
Good. Now, have you missed any days with your personal trainer? Are they like, do they push you and hold you accountable? Or if you say, like, I can't come today, if you've canceled, are they like, okay,
Nope. Oh, I haven't canceled a single one.
good.
I've only had, I want to say, like 5 sessions so far. So I'm just doing once a week for 30 minutes, which I think is a great starter. Although next week I have to double up my session. So we're doing an hour-long session because I'm going to be off the next week. And I'm a little scared because, so I saw her yesterday, and legs are the hardest for me. Like I also have a heart condition and my heart rate gets way up into the
Mm-hmm.
170s so I told her that going into it. And that's what I loved because I was scared. I was scared that I was going to be pushed beyond my measure. And so I went into it telling her like, I have a heart condition. I don't want to overdo it. And I don't want to overdo it to where I don't want to come back to the gym. I want to find a healthy relationship with the gym. I want to learn exercises that are going to be good for my body. And for me, like I've had past gym memberships, and I stick to the machines because I don't know what to do with the weights and the other things. So I told her like I want to learn about these things and learn how to use them properly so that I feel confident when I come in the gym. And she's listened to me and she takes that into account. She checks in with me when we're doing different sets. She's like, "How's your heart rate?" You know, I keep my Apple Watch on with a constant heart rate reader. So it's going really well. Of course, we did legs yesterday and I forgot my iWatch at home. So I had no idea what was going on with it. But I just like trust my body. And when I'm getting too out of breath, like I stop and I
Mm-hmm.
rest. So she pushes me, but not like, and she's welcome, like I'm welcome to say, hey, this is too much. But I've done all the exercises that she's taught me. I do them a little bit slower, and that's with intention to not get the heart rate up. And she's like, you have to apply your mind to your muscle. So in your mind, you have to envision yourself, you know, squeezing that muscle group. And what is it called? Like, is it isometric exercise where you're really like focusing on the squeeze of that muscle and not so much like just reps?
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah.
I've
So
been
it's
going
going
to
really good.
Good. I've been going to the gym as well. I've never had a personal trainer, but I learned so much from Pinterest and YouTube, and I'll go to the gym probably 2 or 3 days a week. I love the stair stepper. My heart rate gets up
Hmm.
into like the 170s, 180s at first, and I know that's just because I'm out of shape terribly. But I'm like, "Oh, that's probably not good."
No, so I forgot to mention the first like the intake meeting that I had with a personal trainer. They did a full body scan where you stand on this machine. It
That's
measures
cool.
it measures the amount of water you have in your body. It measures the amount of muscle content you have in each part of your body. So we found out I have more muscle in the upper half of my body, not so much on the lower. It's all fat down here, baby.
Mhm.
But we're actually going to redo it next week because it'll be our 6-week mark. and we're gonna see the difference. And I'm excited to. I'm a numbers data girl, so I love to
Mhm.
see the results of my actions. So I'm
I'm
really excited about
excited.
that. But they
Yeah.
also tell you based on your body's composition, because everyone is different. Like BMIs are antiquated, not good. But they'll tell you based on your body weight, your muscle composition, how much water you need a day, how much protein you need a day. What else do they tell you? I don't know, so much information. I have this big sheet with all this detail on it. So I felt that alone was worth it.
What was that called again?
It's a body scan machine they have. I don't know the name. They call it a body
A
scan. I
body
don't know
scan.
what the name of it.
I
But you
wanna
like
do
stand on
that.
it barefooted
Yeah.
and you hold these sensors with your arms and you have to like hold your arms straight out and it like I don't know if it's like ultrasonic waves or whatever that
Mhm.
are able to measure through your body.
Nice. That's awesome. I love that. I feel so much better. I've been so disciplined with myself probably for a good month and a half now. Just even if I can't like work out for a full 30, 60 minutes, I well, like on the days I work 12s, I'll do like 10 minutes in the morning and like 10 minutes when I get home. Just something. Oh, I work on the 10th floor, so I walk up those 10 flights.
That's a lot.
I try to do it twice on the days that I work. I try to do it 2 times, and my stamina has gotten so much better just implementing some of that cardio in.
Nice.
Been doing better with eating as well, even though they do bake those fresh baked cookies in the cafeteria, and I will go down and indulge, but other than that, I feel like I've done so much better on cutting out sugar, and it's made me feel so much better. Always had a really, like, mental struggle during the luteal phase of my cycle. When I tell you my anxiety has gone down 90%, I still find myself, like, being tearful and, like, crying and emotional during that time, but it's just and I'm sure it's a factor of everything, eating better, working out, taking my calcium, magnesium, D3 at night, but I just everything put together, I feel so much more level-headed during that phase in my cycle, and that was the main thing that got me inspired to really get my shit together because I mentally suffer so much during that time every single month, and it affects everybody around me, and so I feel like I've last month, I really was like, "Oh my gosh," like, I stayed disciplined with myself, and I felt so much better, so that's what inspires to keep me going every single day.
I think you and I kinda we launched that at the same time, and it was both for the same
Mhm.
reason, like, we both saw the struggle we were having around our luteal phase, and I think in anything you do, any big changes you make in your life, you have to get sick of your own shit, and I think
Mhm.
that's both where we were at, like, "I'm sick of this affecting my life. How do I make it better?"
Yeah, well, you're not changing, you're choosing.
Mhm.
And what I really appreciate myself for, and something I was very intentional with going into it, because there's been times in my life where I used to work out every single day. I used to be at the gym. Like in my 20s, I did do that in different periods. I just never stayed consistent. This time, I was really like, okay, I'm going to be very gentle with myself. I'm not going to overdo it. I know that my heart rate's going to spike up and it's not going to feel good. I know that I'm going to be super sore and then not want to do it anymore. So I really started out slow. And I started out slow working out, and I worked out at home for a couple weeks before I even renewed my gym membership because I knew I wasn't just about to go jump in there.
Straight into it.
Mhm, and I also didn't stay at the gym long, like, when I first started going either. I would do, like, 10 minutes on the stair step or treadmill, and then I'd do a couple of the machines, and then I'd leave, and I felt like I still felt good. I wasn't hard on myself. It wasn't, like, black and white thinking, like, I didn't do enough, like, I still felt good and was proud of myself for going, and now, I mean, I still it's like a gradual thing.
Oh, yeah, and I think with anything before I made the decision to buy a gym membership, I talked with my girlfriend that works out at my same gym, she has 3 kids. She lives farther away from the gym than I do.
Mhm.
She works a full-time job, and I'm like, "If you can make time for the gym, certainly I can make time for the gym."
Mhm.
I just have been making excuses for myself. So, I ended up choosing a gym that was a little bit, it's not expensive. It's $40 a month, so not crazy. But I knew before when I had worked out at other gyms, I didn't feel inspired so much. And when I stepped into this gym, it has like a spa atmosphere. Like everything just looks very nice and very clean. And I'm the type of person that will drive 40 minutes to the nice Target in the rich neighborhood because I like to be
Yeah.
around things that inspire me in
Yeah.
beauty. And I like to imagine myself in a, a better state. So so I wanted the same in my gym. I wanted to go there and feel inspired to be there. So that's why I chose the gym that I go to. And it truly is like it's keeping me there. Also, I shared with you in conversation making appointments, even if it's not just with my trainer. So yes,
Mhm.
I'm showing up with my trainer because I have appointments with her, but making like my weekly schedule and saying, okay, I'm going to the gym on these days and like scheduling it for myself. So I'm showing up for an appointment that keeps me honest and keeps me going.
Yeah. Writing lists in general. If I have it on my list that I'm gonna work out today, regardless if it's at home or at the gym, I'm more I don't know, I'm more of a tendency to stick to it.
Mhm. And I was telling my friend because I had this in my mind, like, okay, if I get a gym membership, then I have to go every single day. No, I don't have to.
Mhm.
So I made a commitment to do at least 3 days a week. And I'm finding myself going more than that just because I really enjoy going. I love the way I feel there. I love the way I feel when I'm done. So I'm like finding more opportunities like, hey, can I get a gym session in this day? I like it.
How far is it from your house?
It's only 15 minutes, so I have no excuse.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's really not that bad. And I convinced Jordan to join with me, and that's really what I was waiting for because he was like, "No, no, I don't wanna join the gym. I don't wanna join the gym." But he's playing hockey, and it's very useful for him to be building, stronger muscles, especially in his legs for skating. So he's been really enjoying going, and he goes on days that, like, I can't go with him. Like, the other day, I worked a really long day at work, and I just was not going to the gym that day, but he was able to go, so
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah. I love it too. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with it. I just feel so good. So good. I drink smoothies almost every day. That makes me feel so good. Like
Tell us what you put in your smoothies.
So I can't remember the exact brand, but it's a Greek yogurt. It's got 17 grams of protein in it
Nice.
and no sugar. I don't think it has any sugar in it. So I put frozen mangoes because orange fruits and vegetables are make my skin glow. So that was another thing I've implemented into my diet is orange things. So just
Mhm.
mangoes, Greek yogurt, hemp seeds, olive oil I put in
Ooh.
there, and water, and everything's smooth, like, no digestive issues. It keeps everything just I don't know, in the morning, I feel great with my
And you don't
smoothies.
add any extra protein or anything to it?
No, because I also have a protein powder that I drink, and I don't want my protein powder messing up the smoothie I wanna enjoy. So I'm not putting my
Gotcha.
protein powder in my smoothies. I know some people do, and they just get it all in at once, and that's great. So, like, my
Mhm.
smoothie is over 20 grams of protein in that, and then my protein powder is 25 grams for, like, a shake. I think it's Naked Whey, really like that brand. It's really light, doesn't clump. And then my meals throughout the day, it's like a lot of things that I eat is like cottage cheese, chicken and vegetables, like what's that? Hummus, love my hummus,
Mm.
almond butter.
Okay, this might not be the healthiest snack, but my girlfriend posted the other day there's pumpkin hummus, so it's like a dessert hummus,
Ooh.
and she was eating it with cinnamon sugar, pita chips,
Oh
so
my
not the
gosh,
healthiest,
that
but
sounds
it looked
so good.
delicious.
But better than other a lot
Yeah,
better than, like, Doritos and a Twix bar.
right, and I think that's the biggest thing with, like, eating healthy is, for me at least, going balls to the wall and, like, doing certain crash diets, like keto and different things, those aren't gonna be beneficial to me because it's not gonna be doable. Like, I can't just
Mhm.
switch going from eating a ton of carbs every day to something else. So, making the transition smaller and just making healthier choices. Reading labels is one of the biggest things you can do. Of course, before you read labels, you need to have some education in basic diet and nutrition. You can There's plenty of online articles, videos you can watch on basic nutrition. I used to teach nutrition at a college. You can go take a quick little college course at a community college if you'd prefer that. But get to know nutrition and then read your labels. That's
Yes.
huge.
They
And just make
also Go ahead.
healthier choices.
Yeah.
That's it.
Though I don't know which app it used to be, but when I used to, like, lift with a lot of heavy weights and try to gain weight, and I wanted to see if I was meeting my calorie and protein intake, so you can scan, like, some apps they have, you can scan the label, and it brings up everything,
Yeah.
and it adds, and everything that you're eating that day, and it'll be like, "Okay, you've had too much fat or sugar or whatever."
I think, MyFitnessPal, you can do
Yeah,
that,
I
and I
think
don't
that's
know
what
if
it
it
was.
scans, maybe it does scan, but you could set your protein goal, which I should get in there. I have done it before when I previously tried to lose weight, and I just felt it very cumbersome to add every little thing that I put
Mhm.
into my body in there. So instead, overall, I'm just making conscious decisions when I choose my food. And for me, that's what's working out. I think so much when we look at like healthy living type ideas and situations, it's important to know that what works for other people might not work for you because I think I've gotten my algorithm on social media to so many different like healthy living type situations, and it's like everything that pops up is like a different thing, like, "Oh, you have high cortisol, you need this shake," and, like,
Yeah.
there's so many different diets and exercise types and things, and it becomes overwhelming, and you're like, "Oh, I
Mhm.
need to do this and this and this and this," and then you don't do any of it because it's overwhelming.
Yeah. One thing I've really been wanting to do for a long time, like a couple years now. I finally cracked down and did it, and I need to go get more supplies today to make another batch because I stuck with it. I put like raw ginger root into my NutriBullet and or Ninja. Maybe I have a Ninja. I don't know, but it's a great smoothie machine. Ginger, squeeze 2 lemons in there, throw some cayenne pepper and a little bit of pepper in there, like a half a teaspoon. Because I think I did too much cayenne pepper and it burned, like, my mouth, and I'm not a spicy eater, but and I also take turmeric capsules, so I broke apart some turmeric capsules inside of the smoothie, and it
Ooh.
also called for, like, local honey, and I forgot to put the honey in there, which was fine, but I bought, like, 2-ounce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bought 2-ounce glass jars, so I
Oh my
bl
gosh, where
I
do you get those?
Amazon, girl. And
Oh,
so
of course.
you just throw water in there, you blend it all up, and then you dump it into a cheesecloth into the bowl, and then you squeeze out, like, all the fibers from the ginger and whatnot. I take a shot every morning on an empty stomach, and I don't it doesn't hurt my stomach. I don't know. To me, it gives me a little bit more energy and makes my body feel fresh and kinda
Mhm. Like you're
detox.
kinda, like, washing your insides.
Yes, yes, and I think I'm gonna do it forever. And I can tell a difference in my skin as well from that just vitamin C and that like, ginger
Mm.
is very good for your immune
Oh,
system, your
yeah.
gut health, and obviously lemon is good for you with the vitamin C and detoxing, so, Yeah, I'm gonna just stick with it and see how it goes. I've heard a lot
I
of
might need
things.
to try that.
Yeah, it wakes you up too, that little cayenne pepper in the
Oh, I
morning.
bet.
Ooh. One thing I've been reading a lot about is I don't even wanna say it because it sounds negative, but the downsides of coffee. I love coffee. I don't know if I'll ever actually
Yeah.
stop drinking it. I add a little bit
Mhm.
of half and half, a little bit of sugar in my coffee every morning. I have, like, a cup and a half. It's not, like, a super lot, but from what I've researched, it seems like the caffeine in coffee hits you instantly versus, like, if I were to drink green tea every morning, it has, like, a slow release, and it's,
Mhm.
better for you. So maybe I'll become strong enough to be a green tea drinker instead of a coffee drinker someday, but I'm trying to be
I've
more
heard that
mindful
as
about my
well.
caffeine intake.
Yeah, so if you see me sipping on this recording, just close your eyes because I am doing something that isn't the healthiest. And there's this drink is controversial. So, have you ever heard of Celsius?
Oh, yeah, it gives me heart palpitations. I won't drink it.
Oh, and that's the thing. It does have way too much caffeine in it. It has a lot of really good vitamins in it, and I wish
Mhm.
that I wonder if they do have a lower caffeine version of it because that would be really nice. But as you can see, I'm speaking very fast because 'cause I'm highly caffeinated right now. And overall, like, adding caffeine to your body is not the healthiest thing to do, but like I said, you gotta choose your battles. You gotta choose what you're working on, and I have been really decreasing the amount of carbs that I've intaked.
Mhm.
So with that, I feel like my body was running on carbs before for energy. So shifting to less carbs, more protein. I will say my girlfriend's been doing this for a while. And she's been telling me, like, if you eat higher protein, you'll be less hungry for those sweets and those carbs.
True,
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I believe you, but I wasn't doing it. So
Mhm.
now I'm, like, consciously looking at the protein intake of each of my meals every time I consume something. So, like, I do have coffee in the morning, but instead of using creamer, now I use my protein shake. I think it's Core Power. It's just milk that's, like, high protein, and it's chocolate flavored, but I believe they use, like, sucralose or something. So it is a little sweet, but it's fake sugar, so whatever.
Mhm.
Pour that into my coffee for my creamer, and then I'll try to finish that. I have bought some, like, protein snacks that are sweet flavored, but they're, like, high protein, low carb. Um, and it's hit or miss with those for sure, but I have them on deck for when I get those sweet cravings and I wanna go eat, like, a big piece of cake or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the little things, like, it's the little changes that you make with your diet, and
I
it's
think
so hard, especially at work. People order out so much, and it's like, I really do want La Azteca today, but no, not today, like, I love them tacos.
I love their medium shell tacos. Oh my gosh, I meant to
Mhm.
get that while I was in Flint, and there was just so many food things I had to get while I was there.
Yeah.
But one of the things I have down is trying to plan your meals. Like, if you can do it a week ahead, having an idea of what you're going to eat for breakfast, having a high protein breakfast really sets you up for the day. And I am
Mhm.
not a breakfast girly. I don't really like to eat breakfast. I usually just run on coffee and vibes until lunch. But I do notice the days that I, like, load up on a protein-rich breakfast, like, I'll have some egg bites, with my protein shake. I don't want to snack throughout the day as much, like, I'm not having these sugar cravings, and I just do a lot better with my diet that way. So I think if you have a plan for what you're going to eat, you'll better stick to it, and you won't be as likely to join in when everyone's ordering out. I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I got my lunch today, it's in the fridge, thank you, though."
Mhm.
And you won't be running to the vending machine to get something.
Yeah. Yeah, my work schedule, I eat much more consistent and better while I'm at work because I meal prep for those 3 and 4 days ahead. I'm much
Good.
healthier. and for sure at work. On my days off, I wait longer to eat, even though I should be eating like eggs in the morning or something like that. So I need like now it's noon. I should have been ate 2, 3 hours ago, but I didn't.
Mhm.
I have my water intake. I'm proud of myself. I've been good with my water intake. I at least like 3 bottles a day, which is enough for me. I don't like to be up peeing all night, and I need to cut off my
Yeah,
water by like 6 o'clock, or I will literally be up until like 10, 10:30, like getting up and going pee.
same.
My sleep,
You just reminded me to drink more water.
yeah.
Took a drink of mine.
There's this girl that I work with, and I love her to death, and she always does water check 10 tower, and we all, like, she, like, calls it overhead, and, like, it
That's
keeps
so
us
nice. Oh,
hydrated.
she does?
Mhm, yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
she's a sweetheart, so I love that. What kind of supplements have you been taking?
Yes, I wanted to get into that. And this has helped. So, physical activity absolutely is helping my mental health. You build endorphins when you work out,
Mhm.
but also the combination of supplements that I've been taking has tremendously. I'm sure you all remember from months back, like August, September, I was in the thick of it, like not well, not well. October, I've been getting back up into my normal self. So, vitamin D3 as okay, I'm going to say this wrong. Cholecalciferol. Cholecalciferol. That form, it's very important to get the right forms of supplements because with vitamins there's many different forms of them and they do different things. So vitamin D3, it's helps immune support, it helps you to produce the good hormones that you want to have to feel happy. It also strengthens your bones, and women are at risk for osteoporosis more than men.
Mhm.
So really increasing your vitamin D. Now, I like to preface all this by saying check with your doctor before you change any supplements and things
100%.
that you're taking. Because if you have certain disease types, certain supplements are actually going to be bad for you.
Yeah, calcium can create more stones if you're more susceptible to, like, kidney
Right.
or gallbladder or something like that, so be mindful of that.
Yes. And you do want to kind of match your D3 and your calcium intake because those go hand in
Mhm.
hand for you to be able to metabolize them and to get the benefits of them. And vitamin D is also a fat soluble vitamin. So vitamins A, D, E, and K, a deck of cards. That's how I remember it.
Yeah,
Those are all fat soluble vitamins. So your body doesn't release them like it does the other vitamins, vitamin C and other things,
B for
potassium.
mhm.
Right. Those other vitamins that aren't fat soluble, they're water soluble, your body just pees them out. But these fat soluble ones stay stored in your body. So you don't want to go crazy and like take ridiculous amounts of these supplements. A slight increase is going to help you tremendously if you just, the recommended daily. I have a gummy that actually that mango one that you recommended, it's got vitamin D3, it's got magnesium, calcium.
I love it.
Yeah, it
Have
also
you
has
taken it?
ashwagandha. Yes,
I
I
think it
love
does,
it.
and actually, I just that's what I was looking at because it's running late, and I'm like, "Where has this thing been?" I haven't taken it in 3 days.
Oh, no.
It does, it has calcium, magnesium, zinc, and D3, and
So,
maybe some
huge immune
ashwagandha
support
mhm,
there.
and ashwagandha. Yeah, I take it every night before I go
Yeah.
to bed with a 5 milligram melatonin, and I sleep so well.
I think physical activity and then the combination of those has helped my sleep. I take melatonin as well. I take 5 milligrams. There is some controversial information out
Mhm,
there about melatonin. Your body naturally does secrete melatonin, and there's some research that says if you take supplements, then your body won't produce its own. There's also some research for like younger children that it can
mhm.
like delay certain growth and things. So just of course check with your provider and things on that. With magnesium, it's important that you take the right kind. Please don't take magnesium citrate. You will shit your brains out.
That is so
Unless
true.
you're looking to do that.
Yeah. True.
Do you ever have to give those in the hospital?
Yeah, girl.
Like the bottle of it? Oh, that's always a
Not as
nightmare.
they're not as often as, like, Colace or, like,
Yeah, Colace is
lactulose
the
or something
typical
like that,
go-to.
yeah. But,
Mm.
some people will
Yeah.
request magnesium citrate. I'm like, "Oh, you're brave."
Yeah, it's gonna be a rapid fire if you use that.
Mhm.
It's not a gentle, stool softener.
No.
But magnesium glycinate or threonate, those are really good
Mhm.
forms of magnesium. Those are gonna help you sleep better, it's gonna help your muscle, it's also gonna help you to produce, the good hormones that we want to help us feel happy. In addition to those, I also take stress gummies.
Ooh,
So
me too, the
those are
Ollie. I like the Ollie brand.
yes, those are from Ollie. And actually, I went to Kroger the other day because I was out and I did a comparison. Kroger has a brand and then the Ollie. And this is why it's so important to read labels. When I flip the labels, I do a comparison because I typically like to buy the off brand versions of stuff. I don't want to pay full price for anything,
Mhm.
but I check the label. So the Kroger brand had half of the amount of GABA that the Ollie brand had, and I was like, "I need all the GABA." So I
Yeah.
buy the more expensive brand for that. But they have GABA, L-theanine, and lemon balm in them. And basically all of these supplements, they have the ability to help you produce neurotransmitters, and they promote relaxation, they reduce anxiety,
Do you take
they
them
improve
every
your
day?
sleep. I do take them every day, and I don't know if that's bad because I was only taking them when I felt super stressed. So if I caught myself like losing sleep at night, then I would start to take them. I don't know, and I couldn't find anything that says like if you take them daily, it'll be less effective or anything
Mhm.
like that. So I have been taking them daily.
Yeah. I don't take them daily, but I do sometimes I'll just have, like, this little spurt of anxiety, and it's usually because I haven't ate,
Mm,
which eating enough and often enough has been huge to keep my anxiety levels down. But, yeah, I love those. I love those gummies because it makes you focused as well.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it helps with mental clarity,
Mhm.
like all the things I need.
Yeah. I also take the Ollie hair, skin, and nails. It's got the was it the keratin, the is it biotin, and then
Biotin.
I think, like, the B3 or something like that in it. So I love that one. And then just a women's multivitamin, the Ollie ones, I take that as
Mhm.
every day as well. I love maca root. It increases your libido. It has always, like, leveled out my hormones,
Hmm.
given me
Do
energy
you take it daily?
daily. Yep. And I take,
I need to get back into it. I
have you?
have it, and I felt like I didn't get so much out of it,
Yeah,
but
if you
maybe
didn't, you
maybe if I
didn't.
try it now.
Yeah. But I feel like it's everything combined that I'm doing. It's not just one thing. I also
Yeah.
ordered some iron gummies. It's it it helps your hair grow. I heard if your iron's low, you're more susceptible to hair loss and such. And that's why
No, that makes sense
yeah,
because my iron is low and I've been having hair
mhm.
loss.
I don't remember the brand I ordered online, but I just ordered some brand with good
You'll have
reviews
to
on
send that to
Amazon. I
me.
will. So I just started taking that so I can update you in like a month to let you know if it's actually helped with that. I take, glutathione. It's an antioxidant that is it's actually produced in our liver, but it enhances cell repair, disease prevention, immune support, detoxification, all those things. And
Mm.
I was reading online that it can improve, like, your wrinkles and such as well, so that was my vanity was the main reason I started taking that, but the
Love it.
detoxification is also a good reason. And what else? Because I feel like I take quite a bit of supplements now, but I don't feel like I'm overdoing it, and I never have, like, these weird side effects where I have, like, headache or just, like, a funny feeling, you take too many vitamins, it gives you, like, a funny feeling. I think that's
Mhm.
it.
And I think that's a good thing to educate yourself
Mhm.
on if you're starting supplements. Like, I just looked up the what are the side effects or what are the symptoms of vitamin D overdose.
Mm.
I'm not experiencing any of them, but it's kinda good to know those if you are
Yeah.
starting supplements just in case you overdo it.
Yes. I live in the great state of Michigan, so I don't think I'll have that problem, but you may because the
No, you need
sun
all the D.
I know. Mm, yes.
More ways than one.
Yeah. Ugh, that's a whole 'nother thing that depends. The iron is called Nature's Truth, and it's
It's a gummy?
it is a gummy, and because I can't
Okay,
take
I'm gonna have to
like, s
find this.
if I'm taking a supplement, it has to be a capsule if I have to swallow it, but if I don't know, I don't like tablets.
I don't either.
I love
Also, I
vitamin
have a
gummies.
swallowing problem, and so most vitamins get stuck in my throat, so
Mhm.
I have to have gummies. Also, I love gummies in
I
general.
do too.
So, it's like my way of treating myself instead of eating just the plain gummies that don't have vitamins in them. I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing something nutritious right
Mhm.
now."
Yes. But yeah, I love
Oh,
these.
are they in a purple bottle?
Yeah, with a green lid.
Okay, I found them on Amazon. I'm going
They're
to
fairly
order
I think
them.
I got mine 35% off. I got mine for, like, $10.
Nice. Oh, yeah, I see it on there right now. Oh,
Mhm.
you did subscribe and save maybe. No, it's all 30% off. Cool. Go get 30% off, y'all.
But it's 3 gummies with these for a serving, which I feel like they kinda get you. They give you 60 gummies, you gotta take 3 a day, whatever. So
Oh,
and also
yeah.
another which fine, I'll do it if it benefits me, but another thing I would suggest is doing 1 supplement at a time. So maybe for like
Yes.
2 days, start taking your dailies, and then the 2 days, take your dailies and adding whatever, you think would be best for you, because if you start taking them all at once and you start to feel sick, you don't know which one's making you feel sick.
I would even maybe give it a week per
Yeah, that's a good advice.
one just to really see how your body does with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, I take
You wanna know which one you added and which
yeah,
one's messing you up.
I also take the turmeric supplement as well as putting it in with my little daily shot. It's good for your brain health, your heart health, brain fog, energy.
Mhm.
Turmeric's
It is
great.
so good for you. It
Mhm.
prevents Alzheimer's
It does.
per some studies.
Mhm.
So, love that.
It doesn't taste great. So a supplement is good if you take, like, a supplement versus a
I
root.
have gummy versions of it, but
Ugh.
it's, like, mango
Oh,
flavored.
good.
It tastes fine, it tastes good,
Yeah.
but it stains your teeth because 'cause you're, like, chewing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
turmeric is used as a dye as well, so it's, like,
Yeah.
very staining. I try to add it to my food whenever I can.
Mhm.
I like the taste of it. I love Indian food, and that's
Oh, me
where you
too.
find it a lot.
Yes. What do
And
you
that's what I wanna say too is, like, as much as you can, get your vitamins and nutrients in the food that you eat. I
Oh,
really try to
yeah.
do that. Like, I'll try to if I'm feeling a cold coming on, I'll try to incorporate more vitamin C and zinc into the foods that I'm eating.
Mhm.
You can get the nutrition you need in your foods, but not always. Like, especially if you live in a state that's cloudy a lot, you're probably not gonna get the amount of vitamin D that you need unless you're just, like, chugging milk or something that's
Mhm.
fortified with vitamin D. But a lot of times we get our natural vitamin D from the sun, so.
Yes. So I mean, besides just eating healthy and taking supplements and working out, I feel like a lot of more things I have to do for my mental health as well. Like, I meditate, I go to
Mhm.
therapy. EMDR therapy has changed my life. I am absolutely in love with diving deep into my subconscious and pulling things out and processing negative belief systems about myself. EMDR has done that for me. I do my like 6 morning stretch in the morning. I guess it's physical. Nature walks, being out in nature.
Mm.
There's something about this spot in the wood this part in the woods I go to, and it's this huge old fallen tree, and it's, like, overgrown with moss, and when I touch it, like, it makes me cry. And I
Ooh.
every time I go there, it does that for me, and so I go and sit there and I cry, and it feels good.
I love that, and I definitely resonate with that. I love to touch nature. I love to be out in nature, and there's
Mhm.
so many different types of moss here, and I just love to, like, feel it. There was this one time, did I already talk about this on here? I feel like I might have. When Jordan and I were in Savannah, and there was, like, this trend going around on TikTok of, like, asking a tree to touch you, and you, like, stand by it and, like, stand near, like, a branch or something, but where it's not touching you, and you ask the tree to touch you, and people were, like, recording trees, like, moving and, like, touching them.
Aw.
And I went there was this fairy circle of mushrooms right outside this one tree in the park, and I went and, like, stood in the middle of a fairy circle and, like, just tried to connect barefoot, and I asked, like, to connect with that tree that was nearby, and then I went and stood by the tree and asked the tree to touch me, and, like, literally the branch moved down
Oh
and
my
touched my
goodness.
shoulder.
Love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, nature does so much for me in the wintertime. I can't take my shoes and socks off and do my grounding because 'cause I'll get frostbite, but
Mhm. Yeah.
they do have those moss pads, though, that you can have and grow, like, inside your house, so maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Um, I have l journaling in my notes specifically because I can type fast on my phone to purge my thoughts. That has helped me so much instead of, like, always, like, gossiping or just, like, trauma dumping on somebody when I'm in, like, this hateful, like, angry state. I feel like purging helps me get all that out, and then I can see from, like, a clearer point of view that, like, if I'm hurt by somebody, like, it's not personal, it's just they're hurting as well, and they may
Mhm.
not even understand why their, behavior hurts you or, going through breakups or whatever. So that has helped my mental health tremendously is just getting everything out of my mind. 7 hours of sleep or more. I need that.
Yeah, and there's actually been recent studies that are showing closer to 9 hours of sleep, which
Even
I know is
better.
not always doable for
Mhm.
people, especially if you have kids. But in my era of being child-free, I am trying to get as much sleep as possible.
Yes. Oh, when they were younger now they enjoy their sleep as well and they leave me alone, but, and leave alone enough to get my sleep, but yeah, when you got little ones, it's very hard.
Ugh, yeah.
They wake up crying, puking, shitting for no reason. It's true.
Oh, it's so true.
When I'm laying down before I go to bed at night, I even throughout the day, I just try to stay in, like, this grateful state of just the little things that come my way, and that has improved my mental health and
Mhm.
my peace tremendously. And Krista, we had her on our podcast.
Uh-huh.
She has a lot of videos out there, and I've been doing this so much, and whether it's in my mind or not, I will pull my energy back to me at the end of the day and also, like, shield myself and be
Mm.
very intentional with that, and it just makes me feel more at peace and like I'm gonna be okay no matter what, I'm protected.
I love that. I remember she mentioned that, and I said I was gonna do it, and I haven't done it like I should have, and or maybe not should have, but I could do better at
Mhm.
that.
I've been being intentional about that recently. When I mentioned purging, like, my thoughts, also the clutter and keeping my space clean around me, love that for myself, feels much better just to be in an area that I take pride in, and it just feels good to be in. I feel like these things are just random now that I wanted to mention, like, they don't, like, correlate.
That's okay too.
One thing I've been doing, I have, like, a jade stone, like a flat stone, and draining my lymphatic system, and I start in, like, the top of my arms and my chest, and you drain that first, and then your neck, and then in your face, and it reduces the puffiness and that fluid buildup that you get. So I love doing that. I notice since I eat less, like, salt and processed food that I don't have so much of a fluid buildup. Water follows salt, so
I'm noticing that as well.
mhm.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I also under physical activity, like I mentioned, the gym is not always accessible. Maybe you don't live near one or you can't afford to join one. There's so many YouTube videos, different workouts. And I love Adrienne Mishler yoga from Yoga with Adrienne. Her mantra is find what feels good. And that's all
Mhm.
it's about is like exploring different exercise types, different body movements, find what feels good. Maybe you really love dancing and there's dance workouts to do. There's Zumba, there's,
Mhm.
of course yoga, Pilates, so many different types of ways to move your body and within them also finding what feels good. Just because the instructor is doing one thing doesn't mean you have to do it exactly like them. You do what feels good in your body.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I don't do the same. I don't stick to, like, a workout routine. I am consistent with
Mhm.
doing it every day, something every day, but I just kinda look up things and do what feels good.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I
do what
think that's
works for
perfectly
you.
fine.
Mhm. I don't really have anything else, I don't think. Just
I think
don't be I'm not hard on myself anymore about it. It's a lifestyle. It's not something that I'm doing "Oh, I gotta go, eat my stupid fruits and vegetables." It's like, I'm like, "Oh,
right.
I'm so grateful that I have fresh food to eat that is gonna nourish my body."
Absolutely.
Like, I try to look at it more as, like, something to be grateful that I have the opportunity to do and not something that's a chore.
Yeah, and it's a form of loving yourself. It's a form of showing yourself love. Like, I love you enough to be conscious about what I'm putting into you,
Mhm.
which I think is a great way to look at it instead of a punishment. And finding the things like the alternatives that work for you. Like I love to have some sort of sweet treat during the day. So if that's something that's, high in protein, but it's also sweet, awesome. I also put just for mental health being curious has helped me a lot with my mental health. And you've kind of mentioned that as well, like not taking things so personally, just being curious, knowing that other people are hurt too, and they're
Mhm.
acting out of their hurt, and just being curious in general to the world around me. Therapy, of course, is helping my mental health. If you can't get into a therapist, self help books are available at good prices. YouTube, there's so much on social media for self help as well. So,
Yeah, I have so much forgiveness in me for other people, and I think holding on to that just contempt for other people and wanting to get back at them or wanting some type of revenge or saying hurtful things back, or it's just like keeping my mouth shut and moving along in silence. Like my absence is loud enough, I think.
mhm.
And it's my mental health is increased so much just shutting the fuck up. Not I tell you what, like,
Truly,
I mean,
truly.
I harness so much energy. I conserve so much energy, just I don't always need to be heard. Honestly, like, I
Yeah.
don't. A lot of things people say, it's like, I don't need to hear that. I don't accept what you're saying. I'm not claiming that as my reality. Like, you can judge me and hate me from over there, whatever the case may be. I'm speaking more so from, like, a romantic relationship standpoint right now because some hurtful things have been done to me, and I don't wish those things on that person that they wish or say those things to them, and I would never do certain things to
Yeah.
hurt people the way that they've hurt me, and I think that that just keeps me at peace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. I keep my phone on D&D 90% of the time. That has helped
That's a
me.
great practice,
I
actually.
I do, and I get no notifications, and, like, when I'm ready to connect, I'll pick up my phone.
I recently I signed a NDA, so I can't say too much, but I recently had to be without my phone completely for, like, It was only like 5 hours,
Mhm.
and it was really nice.
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, I need to do this more often,"
Yeah.
because the only time I go 5 hours out without my phone is when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, same. So, yeah, it's nice to do that. Uh,
Mhm.
I think that's I don't think I have anything else to add to this, but I feel great. These changes that I made in my life have really just brought me just peace and being feeling content and have given me the ability to live more in the present moment. I'm not so anxious. I think just
Mhm.
trying to reduce my anxiety and grief and like sadness. I think that was my goal in changing my lifestyle and I think I'm meeting that goal. I feel good.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully we gave you all some ideas on ways to improve the health of your life. Remember, just start slow and low and do what works for you, and you don't have to do something just because someone else says it's good for you.
Mm-mm. No.
Make sure that you like and subscribe us wherever you get your podcast. Share us with a friend.
Catch us on YouTube and many other platforms.
Namaste.
Namaste.